What's going on? Welcome back to Real World Tool Reviews. Today I've been estate sale, yard sale hunting, and I think I did pretty good. So I figured I'd have a little tool haul video for you on a Saturday. Trying to get back to the routine. We try to do tool hauls on Saturdays or Sundays. A lot of times it'll be on Sunday. It's on Saturday. But anyway, I went to two. I think I did pretty good. So the first one I went to, it was just kind of a place out in the country, a couple outbuildings, old stuff. Um, and they were asking a lot for some of their stuff. Like this wrench, I bought this old Crescent, Jamestown, New York, big old 12-inch adjustable wrench. And they wanted $10 for this. It was the first day of the sale. They had the sticker that said $10, and I was like, okay, I'll get this because I have one already that I bought a long time ago. I restored this one. It actually looked very similar to this when I got it, and I really put a lot of work into restoring this one, but I didn't quite know what I was doing then, and I realized that it was broken right here on the knurl part. Like that's broken, and it's cracked here and there. So I was like, damn, I went to all that work to restore it, and it just wasn't right. And it's really loose, and this one's loose, not quite as loose, but I think there's supposed to be a spring in here that it's missing or something. So maybe I can find a spring to put in it. But I'm gonna restore this one because this is a nice big beefy 12-inch adjustable, and I like it. I just like it. It's just a really good, solid old tool. And I want to restore this one, and it's kind of a chance for a do-over of this one that I'm not totally happy with. So this is going to be that. So anyway, they wanted $10 for that. So I said, okay, I'll pay $10 for that. And then I saw this box that had $5 on it. It's an old SK socket set box, and it's this latch is broken. It's flimsy and jacked up. It had a few things in it, some SK sockets, but I picked up some other sockets from around that I dug and dug around and found some different stuff. And I just kind of threw it in there and closed it shut and said, all right, here, this thing's $5. I'll get this. I wouldn't call it stealing. I would call it, just sneaking. I don't know. But they were more than welcome to open it and look around and tell me if they wanted to charge me more. But they let me have it for $5. So $15, and then I paid $2 for a little bucket of goodies here that I'm going to show you in a second. But so that's the wrench, and then I found there were already some great sockets in here. 3 deep SK Wayne deep standard size, 11/16, 3/4, and 5/8. These are good sockets. So that's good. Really nice 6-point. A lot of the old ones that I have are 12-point, so I need some more 6-point. And then more SK Wayne, a little 3/8 socket. Here's a 3/8, kind of like semi-deep. All 6-point stuff, so that's good. And then I picked up this 1/2-inch Craftsman V Series extension. Always like to have a lot of extensions. Here's a 1/2-inch 3/8 drive 1/2-inch socket SK Wayne. And then there was one more SK Wayne 5/8 12-point socket. And then these sockets here, they're really dirty, but they're in really good shape. SK Wayne swivel sockets, 5/8, 9/16, and these are not in bad shape at all. Really, they're just gunky. I'll clean them up. 3/8. These are tight, still working really well. These swivel sockets are really, I mean, this one feels great, the 7/16. These are really expensive sockets. Like if you bought a set of these today, and I have a few more of these too to add to the collection. Like I have a 1/2 inch. Here's my snap-on one that I found in that set from a couple weeks ago. This one's really good. So that 1/2 inch goes in with this set. I'm working on a full set of SK and snap-on, and here's a proto one and an Indestro one that's really nice. I mean, I got almost a full set of these swivel sockets. So that's really cool. That was already in here. Oh, and here's a big one, 3/4. I mean, look at that 3/4. I mean, these are expensive. I mean, these are expensive sockets. So, and then here's just one more SK Wayne 7/16. And then I found these two sockets. This one here is really cool. This is a Mac Sabina, Ohio or whatever, 3/8 size, 1/4 inch drive socket. But it's like one of those, I think it's like an extractor socket is what that is. You can tell by that shape, you know. I'm pretty sure it's an extractor socket. So I thought that was pretty neat. Mac, you know, cool. And then my favorite thing ever is finding a little snap-on something in a bucket full of junk, you know. And that's what I got. This is a snap-on 1/4 inch drive, 3/8 socket. It's in really good shape. 6-point. So that is really cool. And I've been looking for some snap-on 3/8. I mean some snap-on 1/4 inch stuff ever since I found a long time ago now. I found this little 1/4 inch breaker bar snap-on and 2 snap-on 1/4 inch extensions. I've been looking and looking and looking for some 1/4 inch snap-on stuff. Finally got the first piece to the puzzle is a 3/8 size socket. So we're getting there. But I mean, this is some really sweet sockets for and I can maybe bend this case back and get it usable again. I actually think this latch is okay. It just needs to get bent up or something. So I can work on it, but for $5, that's a pretty good little deal. Good little set of tools. So that's cool. So $15 there. And then I just paid $2 more for a lot of this stuff is stupid. So here's something stupid. A caulk finisher, perfect bead caulk finisher. I've done a lot of caulking in my life, and I'm pretty good at just using my finger to make a perfect bead. But I figured this was just, I don't know, kind of interesting. I don't think I'll probably be using this, but who knows? Maybe so. I just threw it in there because I thought it was kind of funny. I don't know. Probably just a piece of junk. I picked up a lot of times. I'll pick up something off of the pegboard in the shop, whatever I'm buying stuff from. I've been meaning to get one of these just to hang some little wrenches and stuff on my pegboard. I kind of like this style, so grab that. Here is a brand new router bit, Bosch straight bit, made in the USA. This is an expensive ass router bit. I mean, actually, it's probably not brand new. It looks like he used it a little bit, but still in great shape. This is an expensive router bit. Router bits are super, super expensive. And this one's made in the USA. Pretty neat. But I like 90% of the time when I'm using my router, I use a straight bit. So that's cool. I mean, this was $2 for everything that I'm pulling out of here. Here's a roll of flashing. I just figured like this is gonna come in handy for me someday. I actually bought a roll of flashing and used some of it a couple weeks ago just to fix a little thing, a a box on a roof of a commercial building where all the line sets for the air conditioners went in. It was leaking, and I fixed it with some flashing. So basically, a free roll of flashing. Another thing that's like you got to buy it. It's pretty expensive, you know. It's just one of those things. Here is a stake with a roll of string on it. You can always use this when you're laying something out to build something. A Stanley USA cabinet tip screwdriver. I have one just like it, but this one is, I mean, look how brand new that tip is. I couldn't turn it down. I just had to, I had to get it, had to grab it. So, you know, and then I picked up these little chain links, little adjustable, or whatever you call them. What are they called? Quick links. You know, I just picked some up because maybe I'll have to fix a chain someday or something. Who knows? But got some just in case. Good things to have laying around in the shop. So this little pile was $2 with the flashing and this stuff. So $17 for, you know, some SK sockets, some Snap-on, Mac, Stanley little screwdrivers, flashing. This is why I love going to estate sales and stuff, because you can just find some pretty cool stuff, and it's usually cheap. So that's $17 right there. And then I went to another one and got that little box that I'll show you here. So this one was kind of a weird estate sale. It was really out in the middle of nowhere at a guy's old house. They some of his family members were there or whatever, and they came out and told me, you know, that he basically lived there for 70 years, and he had a bunch of old stuff, really old, dusty, dirty tools, and you know, buildings in his backyard or whatever, and a lot of old stuff. And this right here is just $10. That's a $10 bill right here. So I got some router bits again. So here's another Bosch, made in the USA, I think it says somewhere, but this is a V-groove bit, and it's a 1/4 inch for a 1/4 inch collet or whatever, which I actually use more than I do the 1/2 inch, but a little dirty, but still in good shape. And like I said, router bits are they're stupid expensive. And then here's a little 1/4 inch single flute straight bit. So today was the day of Bosch router bits. And these little 1/4 inch ones are actually pretty handy. I like them better for most things. I do have a 1/4 inch collet and a 1/2 inch collet for my Bosch router. I have a Bosch router. So, you know, this is like, if you wanted to buy new ones of these, it would be really expensive. They're stupid expensive router bits. I just don't understand why they're so expensive. And I need to make a rule, like I've said in other videos, no new screwdrivers. Like George H.W. Read my lips. No new screwdrivers. He was full of shit when he said no, when he said his no new taxes thing, and I'm full of shit too, because I'm probably going to be buying screwdrivers to the day I die. But I just couldn't turn down this Stanley. I love Stanley made in the USA screwdrivers, as you guys know if you watch my channel. But these black and yellow ones are maybe my favorite ever, and I have a bunch, but I don't have a number 3 Phillips. So now I do. And then here is a Stanley. I love this design, this tri-lobe. These are actually pretty rare, and I think people sell them on eBay for a good bit of money. But this little flathead was just, like I say, sometimes things will just speak to you. And this one speaks to me. I really like this tri-lobe design. Um, it just feels really good in my big fat hand. I don't know why. Um, I've been loving this 10-in-1 that I got in one of the last tool hauls. It's a tri-lobe. Uh, this design just feels really good to me for some reason. So I got this, and I'm gonna use this. And then I got really excited when I saw these two nut drivers because they look like Snap-on. They look like those old square hard handle Snap-on, but they're not. They're some other brand, but it's a 7/16 and a 1/4 inch. And I just liked how long they were. I think that this one actually is made in Taiwan. It says 1/4 inch Taiwan, whatever. I like them because of how long they are, and they have good, comfortable handles on them. They actually feel pretty quality. This one might be a different brand. It's all worn off. I don't know what brand this one is. It doesn't say Taiwan on it like the other one does, but I just picked up these nut drivers because I like them. They're nice. They're good tools. I could just tell by picking them up that they're good tools. Um, and then more sockets. Here's just, I don't know why I got this. Craftsman 5/8, 12 point. I really don't need them. Here's an 8 point. I like 8-point sockets, sort of, just for square things for some reason, if you ever run into a square nut. But this is a Proto USA 3/8 8-point socket. So that was cool. And then a Craftsman made in USA 17 millimeter. I like to pick up the metric, so got me a metric. And then here was something that I was super happy to find. I forget what these wrenches, Saltus wrenches, I think is what they're called. But this is a 1/2 inch wrench that has that socket in. I think they're called Saltus wrenches. You know, Craftsman V series. But I've been looking for these, and they're actually really rare. I have this one I can clean up. It's pretty rusty, but I have had this 3/8 one forever, and now I got a 1/2 inch. So just working steadily on it. Pretty neat. Um, you know, sometimes it's just one thing at a time. I picked up these couple sets of pliers. This is they're Utica sets of pliers. This is a Utica pair of pliers, and I'm not exactly sure what it's for. Holding something, like, I don't know, like welding or something. I don't know. I just thought they were cool, and that's why I bought them. Utica pliers are really cool, so I just threw it in there. And then this is actually I'm starting to get too many cutters, old pairs of cutters, but I couldn't turn this one down. Utica USA. It feels so good. Like, this just feels so good in your hand, and it's such a quality tool. You can tell it lines up so good. There's like no light between the cutters or whatever, and with a little bit of oil and a little bit of love, this is just a great little pair of cutters, and I couldn't not buy it. I mean, I cut a wire. I picked up a wire in there and cut it, and it just cut right through it. Little tiny pair of cutters, just really awesome. So I could not let these sit there without being mine. And then one I thought was also pretty cool was this box itself. This guy, you could tell he had made this box, and it had a bunch of shitty, rusty screwdriver bits in it. But I was like, damn, I could get this and put my own bits in it and put some little screwdrivers and bit holders and bit drivers and stuff in here or something. Maybe a little set of sockets and some bits and a socket and like a bit holder and a ratchet and stuff. And this would just be a cool little holder maybe for my truck to have some little sockets and bits and stuff. So I actually thought this box was really neat. And there's a little groove in here where he could slide a top in. I couldn't find the top to it. I know that it probably had one at one time when he made it, but I can make one and slide it in there and have just a cool little bit socket set or something. So I thought this box actually was maybe the coolest part of the whole thing. But for $10, I thought I did pretty good with this haul with these router bits and just some cool little odds and ends. And then the $17 for the other stuff, that's a $27 tool haul that I am pretty freaking happy about. You know, big wrench. These sockets that are in this SK container are really, really nice. Some of which I really kind of needed for some of my sets. This big router bit is an expensive router bit. A little perfect caulk bead thing, you know. It's just fun to get little chain links. Oh, and then there's one more thing that I got for $2. An almost full jug of mineral spirits for tool restorations and stuff. This is actually a pretty useful thing to have. I've been meaning to get some more. I ran out. For removing paint off of stuff, or when you're painting in like some lettering or stuff, and you need to wipe excess paint off of things on tools or whatever. So an almost full, completely full thing of mineral spirits for $2. Great deal. So that makes everything come to $29. That's a pretty good deal if you ask me. So there's your tool haul. I think it was a pretty good one. So anyway, thanks for watching.